Alright, I am back from lunch. Let's get the show back on the road. Southern Trucker, hello. Thank you for stopping in. We are working on the slaughterhouse and the poultry house on the new 16x map. I got all our visibility nodes are done. We're working on the invisibility nodes. So there's a couple things I need to do. We need to make a couple of signs. So let me go back into Ritchie Valley into signs. These I can delete because they're already used. So this one's my template for now. So I'm going to go File, Export Selection with Files, right back into Signs. And we're going to go Open Poultry. And I need a second one. File, Export. I'm going to go Build Poultry. Alright, so now I'm going to go into Textures. We are going to start with a clean slate. Alright, and now we're going to go, I always use the same font so I know where I'm at. Oh, I don't need bold. Alright, so to open the slaughter and poultry houses, go to the construction office. So to open the slaughter and poultry houses, you're going to have to go to the construction office. So let's save this one. So this one's going to be sign, open, poultry. And then we're going to make another one that says to build the slaughter and poultry houses. Deliver the let's go down the line. Deliver 200,000 liters each of and let's go with plywood, steel, just use a couple of the old products. And then we're going to add roofing, what am I missing? Glass, grass, seeds, and insulation. So I'm going to go File, Save As, and we're going to go, instead of Open Poultry, I'm going to go Build Poultry. Alright, and now let me come in here and Build Poultry. We're going to change this to you build poultry. And now we're going to take this one And we're going to go open poultry. Now our signs should now say, make sure I got the, alright. What the heck am I seeing on my screen? Okay, we're good. So that one is correct. That was my build poultry. Yeah, that's my build poultry. Now my open poultry. Sorry, I just caught something weird on the my screen there for a minute. All right, so those are good. All right, so let's come back down here. I'm going to take one of these fence sections. I'm going to duplicate it again. I'm going to slide it out just a hair. I'm going to go File, Import. I want this sign first. And it has to go in this transform group. So let's go Edit, Cut, and Paste. And it's going to go on this sign. And it's going to disappear once this builds. So to open the slaughter in a poultry house, go to the construction office. Do I want 2 or do I want 1? That one should be fine. So that's going to be everything here. Now let's go to the construction office. Was that map already released? Because I have worn out, Richie. This map is going to take me about another 3 to 4 months to build because it's a 16x. And everything on the map you're going to have to build, with the exception of a couple of the basics. So for instance, let me grab my 16x script. I'll show you more when I'm in game. Let me just get a little bit of speed, but I'll show you what I have going on right now just in the editor. I don't have a lot because I'm only like 2 weeks into a build. But there's a big central mountain in the center of the map. It's like 4 times bigger than Ritchieville. So there's center mountain, and then there's a valley that goes all the way around the mountain, and then there's another mountain range that goes around the outside of the entire map. So there's 4 main bridges that go north, south, east, and west to go from center mountain to outer mountain, and then there's a couple of roads that you can drive down to get from center mountain to outer mountain. Now everything I'm putting in the map you're going to have to build. So for instance, this is the bait house. So the bait house is here. I'm in the editor, you can see it, but when you get in game you have to build it. Same thing with this whole piece of property here is fish processing. You have to build it. This property here is the new clay pit because we're using clay, and you have to build it. So everything on the map you're going to have to build in order to use it. So yeah, give me, like I said, if you want to give me about another 10 or 15 minutes and I'll show you how they're going to build, because we almost have this ready to, I only have a few more things to do. Give me about 15-20 minutes and we'll have this factory ready to build. But I need a few more things in order for me to make it build. So I just want to come up here to Waterfield 1. Is it Waterfield 1 or Waterfield 2? Yeah, Waterfield 2. So invisibility. First thing I need is I'm going to grab warning stripes first. So I'm going to duplicate that. So I've got to go edit, cut, invisibility, edit, paste. And then it's going to be here. So let me just get the rest of the triggers and everything else that I need in. All right, so that's going to be there. Next I need, I can't do these in transform groups because they have to be in a certain order. I need exact fill root 4, so let me duplicate that. going to go edit, cut, and paste. And it has to go here. So let me go down on my speed a little bit. So basically I'm going to put one cell point in the map and everything else has to be built. You'll have access to one field and then everything else has to be built or open. You'll have access to one forest and then it has to be built and open. You have to open the mines. You pretty much you're going to have to build and open 95% of what's on the map. Let me grab my pallet trigger. And there's 15 new building products we're going to use as well to build everything with. So I'm going to go edit, cut, and paste. So let me drop this one here. So that's going to be my pallet trigger. And then I need a signpost. So let me duplicate that. Oh, where did you go? You're way up in the sky. All right, let me get you in where I need you. Oh, come on. I think you're turned the wrong way. Yeah, you're turned backwards. That's why you don't look right. All right, so you're going to go here. Now, you're not going to see these houses or anything in game. And then I need my last sign. Let's bring you down a little bit. Let's go File, Import, Build Poultry House. And then I need to go Edit, Cut, Visibility, Edit, Paste. And it's going to go here. So let me get this in place. Alright, so that's going to tell us what we need to build that factory. And then I need a player trigger. So let me come back up here. So the last piece of this puzzle is a player trigger. So I'm going to grab this guy, duplicate him, edit, cut, invisibility, edit, paste. And then let me get this guy in place. Right about there will work. So no, yeah, so no farming. It's pretty much going to be a construction map. You're going to have to construct before you farm. So everything's going to be place your own. I'm making placeable. There's going to be a placeable mammoth mill and glue factory, drywall factory. So all of the factories, except for a few of the basics, you're going to have to place your own. So I'm not building a lot into this map in the way a global company functions. So you're going to have to place all your own down. All right, so that should be everything I need to build that factory with. So now I've got to come back to the poultry house. And we're going to have to do quite a bit of changes here. So the first thing I need, let me copy this, bring it up here, and product line 1, so you're now going to be 2, 3, and 4. This is now going to be project. So that's going to build our project. Now I have to add, we have 6 new imports. or inputs. So let me grab these and put them here. So you are now 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So you are going to be plywood, glass, plywood, glass, steel, roofing, grass seed, and insulation. Now I could put 10 items in, but I'm going to only go with 6. Very nice. Now that's what is needed. And yep, wait till you see. All right, so 1 through 13. So I'm good on my inputs. Do I have to add project in as an output? Let me come up here and see something. I do have to add project in as an output. So let's come up here, and I'm actually gonna, to keep it consistent, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna call number 1 project, and we're gonna renumber the rest of these. So now you are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All right, so that is my 110 done. So now we go into the poultry house, and I have to add in another set of triggers for my project. 1, 2, 3. I'm not using number 4, so that actually works out well. So let's grab, nope, I need this one, the one above it. So let me grab this one, let me copy that one. It's going to go in here, and it is going to be goods 2, and it is fill route number 4 and pallet trigger number 4. Let me make sure that these are numbered number 4. So these are numbered 4 as well. Yeah, bear with me until I get this XML fixed, and I'll show you what I mean if you have the time to hang out. All right, so now I need 6 new inputs. So I'm going to just copy this first one, and then we're going to go here, and then we're going to go number 8. I'm going to get rid of this. No, I need that gap in there a minute. What was number 8? Number 8 is plywood. So you are now plywood. My fill type is going to be plywood, but I need 200,000 liters of each. And my trigger is going to be goods 2. Now I can just copy these because it's set up the way I want it. Alright, so now we are number 9, and number 9 on my list was glass, I think. Is going to be glass. I think number 9 was glass, right? Yep. Number 10 is going to be steel. So you are now 10, and you are going to be steel. My fill type is going to be steel. Alright, and then after steel, wrong one. After steel we have roofing. So you are now 11. So we have roofing. We have roofing. All right, under roofing, we have grass seed. You are number 12. Grass seed. My fill type is grass seed. And then our last one, number 13, is going to be insulation. And you are insulation. I have all day. I'm glad I caught you live. Well, thank you, sir. All right, so those are all of my inputs done. Now I have another output because we have to do a so let me open up. Let me go to Ritchie Valley Placeables Global Company. I want to grab any one of them. Let me grab the clay pit. So I will need to come down here and I need to grab my new output of project. So let me put that into the poultry house underneath my last one, which is trash. And then you are 200,000 liters of each product. And my nodes. So let me scroll back up here a second. All right, so my visibility node is number 14. So my visibility node is 14. My invisibility node is 15. All right, so that's the project. Now we take product line 1. Let me copy this and paste it back in. Now, before I forget, I just want to renumber the rest of these. So you're 2, you become 3, you become 4. All right. And now my inputs and my outputs are going to change to build the project. So let's go. I'm just going to grab these for now, and then I'm going to change them up. But I just want to get rid of this for now. So our output is our project. And I have to add 3 more inputs, and we're going to change these up. So our first one was, throw caps locks on a second. So we have plywood. We have glass. We have steel. Oh, come on, steel. There we go. We have, what's under steel? Roofing. Then I have grass seed. And last one is insulation. All right, let me save this. So I think that's going to be, let me bump this up a little bit because we have 2 million liters of each product instead of 1 million liters of each product. Or 200,000 liters, I should say. No, this is late game. Let's make this a little bit harder. So let's come up here and let's go Oh, I have to change my sign. All right, leave it at 200,000. I can change it later. All right, so my inputs are done. They're numbered. I have my new output for project, so that's done. We have our new production line that's going to build our factory. The only thing I have to add in now are my new triggers. So I'm going to copy these for now and just renumber them. So let me put these down here. And then I need player trigger 2. That's fine. I can grab player trigger 2. So you're going to be number 4. You're going to be number 4, and I need player trigger 2. So let me copy this one and put it down here. And then you're going to be player trigger number 2. Now let's grab our i3D mapping. So let's grab, alright, so exact fill root 4 is number 15 and 107. So you are 15 and 107. Palette trigger 4 is 15 and 108. And then player trigger 2 is 15 and 111. So you are 15 and 111. Nothing else in this factory has changed. So I have nothing else to i3D map, correct? Yes, correct. So let me just double check a few things. So my 110, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so nothing's renumbered there. We have our 1, 2, 3, we have our 6 new inputs. We have our new production line for our project. We have our output of project. So I think everything here is good. I think everything here is now good. All right, let's save this and see if I have any Lua errors. So let's save the map. Let's go in game. We'll see if any Lua errors, and I'll show you how the new buildables are going to work. Again, this is very early build. I'm only like 2 weeks into the build. So we got about another month or 2 to go. So I don't have much working in the map yet. Alright, so let me come over here and let's jump in game. New save game, and I can't save it because every time I add a new global company factory in, it requires a new game save. And then the first thing when this loads is before we even start building this factory, I'm going to check for Lua errors and see if I didn't miss anything. Alright, so I hope I messed something up because I already see the house. None of that should even be there. So what did I mess up? I messed something up. Alright, let me get out of here. I should not see that house down at the bottom of the hill. So let me get out of here a minute and see what I did wrong. I probably put it in the wrong node. Alright, so let's come over here. Let's check my log first to make sure I don't have any blatant Lua errors. And I gotta figure out why my shit's in the wrong node. Oh, I do have one. index name poultry house. I3D mapping. Poultry house could not be found in. Did I not turn the poultry house on? I probably forgot to turn the poultry house on. Or something is not right with the capital or spelling. No, poultry house is in. XML is poultry house with a capital H. My XML is spelled P-O-U-T-H-O-U-S-E. Why is it telling me it's not reading my poultry house XML? Poultry house XML I3D mappings. XML key containing index name poultry house could not be found. P-O-U-L, is everything spelled correctly? P-O-U-L-T-R-Y. Try that again. Poultry house. And then this one, let me just double check my spelling. P-O-U-L-T-R-Y-H-O-U-S-E. So let me save that again, and then let me come over here. Let me close the poultry house for a minute. Let's come over here to, oh, don't tell me I changed the wrong, no, here we go. Let me go rename T-R-Y-H-O-U-S-E. So everything should be named properly. Poultry house, Ritchie Valley, nothing's wrong there. P-O-U-L-T-R-Y-H-O-U-S-E. And then on here, P-O-U-L-T-R-Y, capital H, H-O-U-S-E. So there's nothing wrong there. So why are you not reading? It's in the correct farmland. Why are you not reading the XML when I crank open the game? Let's try that again. For some reason the XML is not talking to the map. Save 11 I can delete. Save game 8. If I have to, I'll take all of the user attributes out and put them all back in. Nope, it's still, my house is still there. That house should not be there. So that means something's not talking. The communication between the XML, yeah, it's not reading the XML. Poultry house, I3D mappings. All right, let's do this. Yeah, this is the first for me. I've never had it not read the entire factory. So let's go back to the basics. So let's come in here. I'm in the correct transform group. Yeah, it's the whole transform group. I'm going to delete these user attributes and put them back in. This has to be P-O-U-L-T-R-Y-H-O-U-S-E. So that has to be poultry house. So that seems to be spelled correctly. So let's come over here and let me grab these commands. So the first one is a string. second one is a script callback. Third one is a string. And then the last one I need is a float. It's farmland number 15 because I just painted it in. Poultry house. If I have to, I'll rename the entire factory, because sometimes that it doesn't like the name. So I need that command put here, and I need this command put here, but it's not the slaughterhouse, it's the poultry house. Alright, so let's try that again. So let's save this again. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to rename the entire factory, because sometimes it just doesn't like the name. Yeah, this is frustrating when you get something that the XML doesn't read the map or the map doesn't read the XML. While that's saving, I just want to come in here. So it's in my global, so we have Ritchie Valley, Placeables, Global Company, and there's my poultry house, and everything's spelled correctly. My 110 Ritchie Valley. Oh, did I put it in the wrong? No, it's in the correct. It's in the correct 110, and that seems to be spelled correctly. And then this seems to be spelled correctly. So let's fire this up. If not, I'm going to rename the entire factory. That's the only other fix I know. I know it should work because I already have 4 or 5 buildables built into the map. So it's frustrating when the map doesn't read the XML. The verdict is it's not reading the XML, because that house should not be there. So let's make some drastic changes and see if that helps. You see what my log says. Let's see if my log is still not reading. Where's my log? My log is, so it's still not reading the poultry house. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to close the poultry house. I'm going to close the slaughterhouse. I'm even going to close my 110. I want to make sure I have the correct 110 open. So let's come back out here. Let's go to Ritchie Valley. Let's go to 110. Let's open that up. So everything here is correct. We're going to change poultry house. So I'm going to go search, replace. We're going to call it poultry barn. So let's replace all of this. So you're going to be poultry barn. You're going to be poultry barn. Raw materials, you are poultry barn. Let's try that first. All right, now we're going to take our placeables, global company. We're going to take poultry house. We're going to rename it poultry barn. We're going to change all of poultry house to poultry barn. And we're going to save that. I'm going to make sure I didn't mess up my i3D mapping. Okay, something's wrong with my i3D mapping. That's why it's not. That's why it's not working. i3D mappings, I think I messed up a line. Let me grab this. I need this. I need that here. Now this should read. It does. Alright, that was my problem. It wasn't reading my i3D mapping. But that's alright. We can rename the factory anyway. So now we just come in here. I like poultry barn better anyway. So let's go to here. So you have to now be poultry barn. Which means you now have to be poultry barn. And then you have to be poultry barn. And then my XML has to be poultry barn. Now let's save this again and we should be all right. Sorry about that. I usually don't mess up like that, but I've messed up my i3D mapping in the XML. That's why it wouldn't read it. So let's wait for this to save. Now this should work this time. Again, when we get in game, I don't have a lot working because we're still early build. I'm working on some of the major global company factories first that take the longest to build. So we're working longest to quicker, most time consuming to least time consuming in the build is how I should put it. All right, so let's come back and map. Now this should work this time. Nope, I know what I forgot. I don't have the products in the map yet to actually build this. So we're going to cheat a little bit and we're going to buy what we need. Oh, not that one. Let me go to fish pond. I want this command. Oh, come on. Oh, not fish pond. Fish processing. There we go. I need this because right now I have to buy the stuff at the factory because I don't have the stuff in the map yet to build this with. So right now, until I get the map up and running, we're going to have to buy what we need at the factory. And then I'll take these commands out when the map is ready to be released. So we can't buy the stuff to build a factory. You actually have to make it and deliver it to the factory. Now we can jump in game. Southern Truck is still there. Yeah, sorry about that. Just bear with me. It's one of those days where it takes me three times to get it right the first time instead of getting it right the first time. I have those days where it takes me three times as long to do a simple task. There we go. I don't have a house. Now my Lua error should be gone. I still have a Lua error. Glass does not exist. Did I miss glass? I missed glass apparently. So we missed glass. Where did I miss glass? So my 110 says number 9 is glass. So poultry barn. Oh, right here, this has to be capital letter. That's why we're missing glass. Yeah, it's going to take twice. It's going to take me twice as long to build this map than I wanted to because I'm making everything buildable, and it's a lot more. It's double the XML work. Now I shouldn't have any Lua errors in my log. Pallet trigger 4. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm going to just crawl back in bed. So it's not reading pallet trigger 4. Why are you not reading pallet trigger 4? Index not found, pallet trigger 4. So let's come here, start up top. Exact fill route number 4, pallet trigger number 4. Down on the bottom, we have exact fill route number 4. Oh, we have player trigger 4. We're missing pallet trigger 4. So that's easy fix. So it's got to be uppercase. Let's just copy this one down to here. And call it pallet trigger 4. And then my bindings were here. They've got to go here. And then I can delete that, not that one, I could delete that one. So now we have our exact fill route number 4, we have our pallet trigger 4, and we have our player trigger 2. Oh, I don't need to change anything in there. Don't we all? Yeah, it's been one of those days ever since I woke up today. Trying to help somebody with an issue on the map, but when he has 500 mods in his mods folder and 50 of them are throwing errors, I can't help him. Alright, this time I shouldn't have any errors in my log this time. And I know I have the in-game log, but I don't like it. I can't read it because my eyes are bad. So I always come out of game and look at this log. It's easier for me to see. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is get rid of the map because I built this on the island's base. So that I can get rid of. Let's throw some money in here. Let me get a little bit of speed. And then I want to show you a few things. So I'm going to come in here. We're going to buy the poultry house and slaughterhouse. I'm going to buy the bait house. I'm going to buy fish processing. I'm going to buy the clay pit. And I'm going to buy, I think that's it. That should be all my buildables so far. I'm going to take on a little tour, show you what's going on so far. So, Jim's is now our vehicle shop instead of the in-game one. So I have my gas triggers here, that's working, and then the repair triggers here, and the repair triggers working. So this is working. So, and then eventually on this side of Jim's, let me just zoom out as far as I can so y'all can see. So eventually back here behind this other part of Jim's, it'll also be a sell point. So somewhere back in here we'll have a sell trigger, it's just not in the map yet. We're on the top of Central Mountain, and then across the street here, I don't have this in yet, so this is going to be Central Station and Central Warehouse. So all of our bulks, our liquids, so everything will be stored here, and then all of our pallets on the other side of the tracks. There'll be a big warehouse complex where all of our pallets are stored. So that's pretty much going to stay where it is. And that's about all I have right now built on the top of the mountain. So if we come down the mountain on this side, come on. So down on this side I have the animal dealers in and working. So pick up your animals here, and then you can just drive straight through instead of backing out. So you can drive through and around. And then right here are this is the barn for your bale sales. And then this whole complex in here is going to be the construction office, the real estate office, and the personnel office. But I want to show you a few things first before we come back over here. Show you what I mean with the buildables. So let's go for a quick ride. I have my traffic splines visible because I'm not done with traffic. So we come down on this level. And BGA is in and working. This gas trigger here is working. So there's a gas trigger here. BGA is working, and then right across the street is field 1. And when you start new farmer mode, you'll own that field, field 1. Oh, Richie is a family name. It's my my mom's family's name, or is Richie, R-A-C-C-I. And my mom is one of 16 children. So on Ritchieville, all 16, my mom and all 15 of her brothers and sisters are represented in the map. Big Italian family. So like Louise's Fence Company is Aunt Louise. Angelo's Pizza is my uncle, Uncle Angelo. He actually owned a pizza parlor. Jim's Auto Sales is Uncle Jim. Donald's Energy is Uncle Donald. So everything in Ritchieville is named after family. So if you come over here on this bridge, you'll see this is what the water fields look like before they are built. So just to get you an idea what it looks like before it's built. So to open the water fields, you have to go to the construction office. So this is what the water fields look like. You can't get in there and you can't use them. So let me spin around this way. We'll just go cross country here for a minute. And then I'll show you how they build and what they look like after they're built. And this is how the entire map's going to work. So you'll have access to like one field. All the rest of the fields you're going to have to build. You'll have access to one forest, and then all the four forests you're going to have to build. You'll have access to Central Station, but we'll have like 8 more train stations on the map, and you'll have to build every one of them. So every other forest after the first one's going to have to be built. Every field after the first one you're going to have to build. You'll have one sell point, and then all the rest of the sell points are going to have to be built. So you'll have to build McDonald's, you'll have to build KFC, you'll have to build, Domino's Pizza or whatever. So those are the tall bridges that run from Central Mountain to Outer Mountain. EF Spock, hello. Thank you for taking time out of your day, stopping in and saying hello. So no starting equipment. I'm not sure what I'm going to give you yet in the way of starting equipment. I don't know what, that's too far down the road for me to know what I'm going to start with in starting equipment. All I know is I want to start you with one field, like one forest, and a couple of other things. So here is your fish processing. So again, it's going to have, so if you want to open fish processing, you have to go through the construction office. So you're not going to be able to get into there. Same thing over here. This is the clay pit. So if you come over here to try and use the clay pit, it's going to tell you the same thing, that you're going to have to go to the construction office. To open up the clay pit, you're going to have to go to the construction office. You can't get in there. I do have a fishing boat running around here somewhere. I don't have any of the other decorative boats in yet, but the fishing boat's in and working. I love the textures. I changed a lot of the textures for this map. And then the same thing here. To open the bait house, go to the construction office. So you're not going to be able to get into the bait house in order to make your fish bait and do your fishing. And then the same thing when we get down here, and this is what I was working on now, the poultry house. Oh, now it's the poultry barn and the slaughterhouse. Are all of the buildable factories pre-placed on the map, or some? I'm only building a few things into this map, and then everything else is going to be place your own. So you're going to have to place your own, mammoth mill, steel factory, glue factory, drywall factory, textile mill. I'm only building in mining, the slaughterhouse, the poultry house, the seaweed pond, the boathouse, and then everything else is place your own. And all the future factories that are coming out are going to be buildable, are going to be placeable buildable. And they're all going to have the new fill types. We've got 15 new fill types to build with building products in. So same thing here. To open up the slaughter and poultry house, go to the construction office. So I'm going to leave this truck parked here a minute so we can tab back to it. And I'll show you what it's like after it's built. So now I'm just going to come up here to, ignore this map. I'm going to come up here to, yeah, we'll come to the animal dealer, which is across the street from where I want to go. So let me spin around a minute. Let's come back here. I want to buy a couple vehicles. So this is going to be completely full eventually, but right now I only have a few pieces in here. So this is only a very small part of the puzzle. Let me grab, I need a couple of vehicles first. I need my, this guy. I need this guy. I need my slide-on tipper. And I need a tanker. I love the, okay, 1018, hello, thank you for stopping in. The very first buildable, the clay pit, I didn't turn on buy at the factory, so I got to dump a couple pieces of, I got to dump a few things in to build the first factory. And then I'll show you how everything builds. So let me grab some wood chips. And let me get them dumped into here. So to build the clay pit, you need 500,000 liters of wood chips, coal, and water. So, oh, let me grab some coal. And if you're new to my maps, just for testing purposes, I cheat everything in because I don't have time to make the products to test as we're, and I missed it, to test as we're building the factories and building the map. So while I'm testing, I cheat everything in. Coal. There we go. Dump our coal in. Let me get this guy out of the way. So these are going to be all of your triggers to build everything on the map. So this, eventually this whole area back here will be full of triggers. And then let me grab some water. So if it's early game like the clay pit, you're going to need a clay pit to build pavers and bricks and stuff. So I'm making it really easy to build. The harder, the more later game it is, like the slaughterhouse, poultry house, or fish processing, it's going to require more products and it's going to be harder to build. So early game is going to be easy. Later game is going to be a little bit tougher and require more materials. But you can build these in any order you want. There's no specific order to build these. So let's dump in my water. Yeah, it took me, I didn't want this to look like the islands map, so it took me a couple days to get extra textures in here. Let me get this guy out of the way. Alright. Now, if I come up straight in, I'm going to have a trigger. And it's going to tell me that it's now active. So we're building the clay pit. So that went active. So what I want to do is these, I'm just going to cheat everything in. So we're going to buy all this real quick so you can see them build. But this will be turned off when I release the map. So you'll actually have to deliver everything here. So that's going to build the bait house. Let's throw everything. I'm just going to throw all the products in for all the factories so you can see them all build. What's in the map so far. Alright, so that's fish processing. This will open up water, your 2 water fields. So let's just throw these in here real quick. And then that'll build the water fields, and then the last one is the slaughterhouse. Oh, am I not getting a trigger? Are you kidding me? I'm not getting a trigger. That means I still have a Lua error. We own the land. I'm not getting a trigger. Alright, hold on. Let me do something. Let me save the game. I gotta figure out why I'm not getting a trigger. I want to... Let me come over here a minute. I'm getting a trigger here. I'm not getting a trigger to put my building products in. I see the trigger. I must have mapped the trigger wrong. Alright, hold on. Let me save this. I gotta check something, and then I'll show you how they build. You gotta see why I'm not getting that trigger. And we'll come right back in game. If I don't get that trigger, I can't put the building materials in. I guess I could have bought them at the factory, but that's not the purpose. So let me check the log really quick and make sure I don't have any Lua errors with the trigger. No, there's no Lua errors with the trigger. So now let me come in here and let's look at our trigger for the poultry barn. And make sure I didn't mess something up. So that's going to be player trigger number 2. Player trigger number 2 is there. Did I map it wrong? It's number 15/111. So poultry barn. No, there's my player trigger 2, 15/111. To build my project, I'm missing player trigger 2 to build the project. So I forgot one line in the XML. I need this line transferred over to this XML. Right there. Alright, now we go back in game. That trigger is going to work. Yeah, see that? You miss one line in the XML and everything goes to shit. Damn map authors messing up the XML. Alright, so let me teleport my butt back down here. Let's grab some, turn my speed back on. So now I should have the trigger to put these building products in, and I do. So let's throw all this crap in here. And instead of buying it, pretend I'm delivering it. I just don't have them in the map yet. Alright, so that should have gone active. It is. So now all of my products, so everything to build, all of my buildables that are in the map so far are full. So this can start, all these can start building. So let me spin around here a minute and zoom my camera out. And then I'm going to go 2,000 speed. And it's going to take, the clay pit will build quick. I think it's 1 game day. The other factories are going to take 3 to 4 game days to build. Check on something really quick to make sure that, alright, yeah, there's something wrong with the poultry barn. What did I mess up with the poultry barn? My numbers are messed up somewhere. Let me check the poultry barn and see why it's not building properly. And then we'll come right back in and do the same thing. Alright, so poultry barn. So my plywood, 200,000, 200,000, 200,000. Roofing is 200,000. Grass seed is 200,000. Insulation is 200,000. My project, this is 200,000. So why are you not building properly? You're all 100%. You're 100%. My project is 200,000 liters. It's where it's supposed to be. My liters per hour shouldn't matter. Did I not fill that? We have my project. We have our project. Let me just double check my visibility node and my invisibility node to make sure I have the correct numbers. That was definitely not building the way it's supposed to. Everything else was building the way it was supposed to. So my visibility node is number 14. My invisibility node is number 15, so they're correct. I didn't have the player trigger in. Let's do this. So let me do another quick save. Everything was working right except for the poultry house, the last factory I'm just building now. So I messed something up somewhere. Or because I was missing player trigger 2 and they just mapped it in. It wasn't going to work with my existing save. So let me trash that and do a new save. So let me come down here because there's no errors in the log as to why that factory wasn't building properly. Just driving dust, and that's a Giants issue. So let's come back in here. You saw what they all looked like before they were built. So I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to trash this save. We're going to go back in. It's like I didn't have all of the product in the factory in order to build it. Like I was missing something. And it might have been because that trigger was messed up. And I had to go back in and fix it. So let's do this again. Let me get rid of the map because it's useless at this point. I don't want to do that. Wanted F11. Let's grab some cash. Let's grab some speed. Let's buy, we have to buy the poultry house and slaughterhouse. We have to buy fish processing. We have to buy the bait house. We have to buy the clay pit. We already own the water fields. We own the mines. And we own the construction office so far. So now I can jump down here since we own everything. And let me grab the one factory I have to fill manually for now. So let me just grab a couple things. If this doesn't work this time, then I'm going to have to rebuild the XML. And I won't bore you with that. I'll work on that off camera. But I will show you how the rest of it builds. And then tanker. So now let me just throw the couple things I need in that first factory, and then I'll cheat the rest in. Alright, so let me grab some wood chips. Because this is early game. You're going to need a clay pit early game. By then you'll be cutting trees, so you'll have wood chips. And by then you'll have the coal mine running, because I'm going to start you with the coal mine. So you'll have coal early game. This is an early game factory that you're going to need. You're going to need a clay pit to make pavers and bricks and planters and stuff that you'll need to build other factories with. And then it just requires just some water. So let me get this guy out of all my triggers. And then let me grab some water. So let's grab some water. And we'll get that in. I'll get this guy out of the triggers, and we'll try this again. And hopefully it'll build correctly this time. So let me get this guy out of the way. And then we'll just spin him around. We'll jump back in him and we'll watch I'll show you how. Well, you won't see how the factory builds because I can't be in two places at the same time. But you'll see how this area is going to build. So now my project should have 100% of everything in, and it does. All right, so that one's good. This one is going to be expensive to build, but it's mid to late game. So this should be 100% of everything, 10 products. So that one should be ready to build. And we come to this one. So I should have 100% of everything in that factory, and I do. So this is our last one. This is the one that wasn't building properly. Let's make sure I have, so you're 200,000, you're 200. So this should have 200,000 liters of everything in it now, and it does. Let's see if it builds properly this time. So it's back to 2,000 speed. I'm just going to keep an eye on this trigger for a minute just to see. There we go. Now it's building properly. So as the factory builds, my triggers up here are going to go away, and your signs are going to go away, and this whole area up here is going to turn into a housing development after all your factories are built. And again, you don't have to build them in any specific order. So there's 3 more factories still building. So the earlier game that you need the factory is going to build easier and quicker, and your mid and late game factories are going to build, they're going to be harder and take longer to build. So that's another factory done. So we got 2 more to go. me go down to 1 speed. I know it's raining and a little cloudy, but now all of our factories are built. So all of your signs are gone, all of your triggers are gone, and then this area is going to turn into a housing complex after all your factories are built. So let me grab a truck and we'll go for a ride, and I'll show you what the factories look like built, because I showed them to you what they look like unbuilt. And I'll give you a quick tour of the mines and the crusher. And I'll take you over one of the tall bridges. So we'll go for a little bit of a tour. So eventually this whole area here I'm driving through now should be full of triggers. But we'll head over one of the tall bridges over towards the mines. Now, we didn't open the mining area, so I'm not going to be able to drive down in it. So you do have to open the mines. That's the only one we did not open, but I can give you a quick tour. So once I get the rest of the map done, you're going to have some pretty good views of the valley driving over these bridges. So looking down in, you're going to have some really cool views. And this is a 16X. Filled with triggers. Hope you won't get shot. It is full. It's going to be full of triggers. You never know what might shoot you over there. I don't have my train crossings in yet because I'm not done with the road system. But the same thing, your mining is going to be over here. And you have to open it. This is the only one that you have to deliver products to here. So to open up your mines, you got to bring 500,000 liters of wood chips right here. But let me jump down in the mine real quick and I'll show you what they look like. So if you come down in here, you can't get out because it's got a roadblock on the top, so you won't be able to get out. So even if you do get this working, you're not going to be able to get out. But it's going to tell you to drop in your diesel and you're going to get your rock. So you drop in your diesel and your boulders will spawn. So you have your coal mine, your ore mine is here. Same thing. All of these will produce boulders that you have to take to the crusher. So you have your rock mine, your nickel mine, your copper mine, your ore mine, and your sandstone mine. So after you have all your boulders, you take them to the crusher. Let me get back on the road. And that's where you'll get your boulders. You'll own the coal mine, you'll have to buy the rest of the mines in new farmer mode. I'm still working on the traffic system, so that's why you see the splines visible. And the same thing with the hot air balloon. I have to move the hot air balloon yet. So you do have a little bit of a drive with your boulders to get from the mine to the crusher. I didn't go like completely across the map, so I didn't make it too hard on you. And no, I'm not in Europe. I'm driving on the left side of the road. I'm just trying to keep an eye on chat at the same time. Map be buyable. Map be buyable. Well, oh, now all pieces, yes. I don't know yet. I don't have all the farmlands done, so I don't know how I'm going to break up the map yet. So far, the only parts of the map I have buyable are just what's working. So only my couple of global company functions are the only parts of the map I have broken up yet. But this is your crusher. And the crusher is 3 levels. And you'll own, even where these trees are, so this whole property is the crusher. So on this level, you'll have your nickel and your copper. So you'll have to bring your boulders over here, come down into this level, drop your boulders here in the pit, add your water and your diesel, and then they'll start crushing. So it's one crusher for every product. So your ore and your coal will crush on this level. So there's not individual crushers for the 6 different products. It's one crusher for all the products. And then down on the lower level, so down on this level, it's all part of the crusher. It's all part of the same property when you buy it. So down here is where your silt will spawn, your sand will spawn, and then your gravel wipeout. So you get your gravel here, and then you'll get your stone here. So you put your boulders in up on the mid-level, and then all your products will crush down on 3 different levels. I know the map's not done yet, but let me show you what I've got so far. Again, ignore this map. It's the islands map. I haven't had a chance to fix this yet. That'll be last. So your water fields right here are one farmland. You own the coal mine, so you have to buy the ore mine, buy the rock mine, buy the nickel mine, buy the copper mine, and then buy the sandstone mine. And then your crusher is all one big property because it's one factory. And then so far you have fish processing, the clay pit, the bait house, the slaughterhouse, and poultry house. And those are the only farmlands I have defined so far. So let me show you what these other factories look like now that they're built. So let me head over here first. And I'm just going to go cross country for now to save some time. So I want to get in there and I want to build a couple more things yet before I have to get out of here for the day. So I don't want to spend too much time on a map tour. So this was Waterfield 1, Waterfield 2. Now that it's built and you have access to it, the barriers are down, all the big boulders are out of the field. So you have your cranberry, and then on Waterfield 2 I put in your rice. So these will flood and unflood just like on my other maps. If you want to plant wheat, just keep it unflooded. If you want to plant cranberry and rice, you can keep it flooded. So these are your water fields. I put in one little garage. You can add your own in. So there's one little garage here, And then there's one farmhouse here that goes with the water fields. So let's head over to, let's just go cross country a minute. We'll head over, I'll show you the other couple factories. And then I'm going to get back in the editor. I want to get Walmart into the map next, so I at least have one sell point in the map. Walmart you'll own, the rest of the sell points you'll have to build. You'll have to buy and build. Until I run out of farmlands. I think there's only 236 is the max I can divide a map up to. And then after that, I'm done. It's going to have to be, I'm going to have to start grouping farmlands together. So there's only, I'm limited on how many farmlands I can have, which is 236. There's no Lewis script to overwrite that. That's what I have to work with. So I can, max amount of farmlands I can divide the map up to would be the 236. So some of the fields may be grouped together. So a field in a forest may be the same farmland. I may have to group a couple of fields together just to save some farmlands. I may group like a silo and farmland and field and forest together. I'm not sure yet. Alright, so now that this is built, this is your fish processing. So after you do your fishing, oh look at that, perfect timing, here comes the boat. So after you do your fishing, you'll drop your seafood off here. And you add the rest of your products into the factory and it'll make sure your, what does it make? Let's look at the trigger real quick. Oh, I gotta put parked cars over here. I'm missing parked cars. Alright, so once you put your seafood in, it'll make you salmon, crab, lobster, caviar, sewage, dead cell, and some dead cells. You'll have to put power cells in to run the factory, so it'll give you dead cells you have to take out to recharge. Then your clay pit is now built, and it works the same way as the silt pond. So you just put your diesel in, and it'll spawn out your clay. So you'll have to scoop out your clay right here, and then clay gets made into other products like bricks and pavers and stuff that you'll have to use to build other factories with. So there'll be like there's a new factory coming out called Quality First, and it makes water pipe, sewer pipe, pavers, red bricks, planters, and you'll need those to build your other factories with. Again, we're only 2 weeks into the build, but 2 weeks into the build, I think I've got a lot done. So this is your bait house and your fishing. I gotta remember to add parked cars to the other factory. So here's where you make your fish bait, load your boat, take it out into the ponds, drop it off, and then it'll tell you which ones are full, which ones aren't. So that is this one. And then down a little bit further, is what we were working on, but I've been working on all morning, the poultry house and slaughterhouse. Um, where are map fill types located in the XML? It's called the fill type XML. Every map maker and every map author puts it in a different spot in the files, but you're just going to have to find it. It's called the fill type XML. And then here is your, this is what we were working on all morning. Now that it's built, here's your poultry house. And then down a little bit further is your slaughterhouse. I don't have any of the doors on the warehouses yet. That's a project for another day. I like to do them all at the same time. But I just want to make sure now that my triggers are working. So we have our poultry house. So we have our chicken line and our duck line. So your chicken line is going to make bone meal, eggs, manure, chicken fillets, a little bit of sewage, byproducts, down, and a little bit of trash. Your duck line's the same thing, but you're going to get duck eggs instead of eggs, and you're going to get duck cuts instead of chicken cuts. So it looks like everything is good with the poultry house. Let's check the slaughterhouse. So you have your donkey line, you have your goat line, your pig line, your sheep line, and then your cow line. So it's going to tell you what you need to get each of those working. And then you have your individual pens to drop your animals off. And then you'll pick up your manure and your other stuff at the factory. But this is what they look like built. You saw what they looked like unbuilt. Let's get out of here and let's start working on something else before I have to get out of here for dinner. Enough time playing in the map. Everything's building. All the triggers are working. There's no errors in the log. So the next thing I want to get in is I want to get Walmart in, which is the main sell point you're going to start with, but the prices are going to be pretty low. And then you're going to have to, if you want a better price, you're going to have to build a better sell point. So I think I'm going to put Walmart on this corner right here. One thing I do want to get rid of though is I want to get rid of, bear with me a second, I want to move the hot air balloon for now just in a different spot because it's driving me crazy. So for now I just want to move this spline. So let me just move the balloon just to get it out of my way. I'm just going to throw it. Again, that's a project for another day. I just want to get it out of my way for now. That'll work. So I want to come up here. I want to work on this corner. I want to do something completely different with the hot air balloon. So I have it, the spline visible, so I know that I need to work on it. All right. So first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this grass. So I have a clean slate up here to work off of. And then we'll figure out exactly how much room I need. I just want to get rid of some of this stuff because Walmart's a pretty big building. Alright, so let me make, that should be good. I want to extend, first thing I want to do is, hold on, before I get too much further, I want to go to, back to square minute. I want to go to cobblestone. And I want to try and get the same width as the other side. So I'll have our sidewalk extended. And again, it may be too wide. I can cut it back after I get the pedestrian splines in. No, you're too wide. Let me back that out a second. There we go. That's the width I want. Let me get part of the sidewalk in so I know where to place Walmart. So you're going to go that way, and then I need to branch you off because you are going to go this way as well. So we'll have a sidewalk on that side of the road as well. I just want to rough that in for a minute. So we're going to go to places. Ships I can close. All right, we're good. I want to create a transform group. I'm going to stick it up here. I'm going to call it Walmart. And I'm going to go File, Import. I already imported Walmart into the map. New buildings, Walmart. So I want to go Edit, Cut, Walmart, Edit, Paste, and which way do I want to turn you? So you've got to go this way. Yeah, I want you facing this way. So now, where do I want you compared to the sidewalk is my question. And then I'm probably going to have to raise and lower this a little bit so I can get all my lines and everything straight in the way I want them. So we've got, all right, so these two signs I can move because I used to have it facing the other way in the other map. But let me get my height. Let me go down to like 1 speed or 2 speed. I want to get my height right first before I start playing with this. Oops, I think it's right on. I don't think I need to go any lower. So these lines are going to be right on the ground, so my height is fine. So now I've got to figure out exactly how I want to place this. Do I want it facing the other direction? Do I want it facing this way? Yeah, we're going to face it this way. Yeah, I don't have to mess with the signs or anything if I face it this way. So let's get you in so I can put my signs between the sidewalk and the road. Yeah, so let me extend this sidewalk down a little bit on this side. I'll have pedestrians walking in there. And do I have enough room so I can get a car through there without hitting the sign? I think I can. Now on this side, yeah, because I'll run a fence down here so you can't get in on this side. So I'll limit your access in on this side. So let me run my sidewalk down on this side and see if this is where I want to position this building. So it'll be a sidewalk that sort of runs that way. I want a little bit more room, so we're going to push you back because I want to get a couple parking spots in here. So let me grab something really quick. Let me grab Let me grab one of these. Duplicate that a minute. I'm going to go edit, cut, Walmart, and paste. And now I want to throw this parking spot down here. And I'm going to bump it up a little bit so it's not in the ground. And now we'll line up this guy and we'll get Walmart put into where our parking is going to be for this guy. So let's get him. So most of the sidewalk's going to end up going away. So let's bring him about here. Oh, that's going to move when I slide Walmart back, but that's all right. It gives me an idea of where I want to be. So about here. Stop. I want to go a little bit further. So let me bring the whole thing back again a little bit. Oh, there we go. So I want this about here. Alright, that'll work. So we take this guy and we'll get him alright, like so. Alright, now let's get our parking lot taken care of. Did I lose my stream? Nope, I didn't lose my stream. Alright. So let's go to concrete. And let's get... So we're going to have a parking lot here. But it's actually going to extend all the way out to the road. So we're going to lose the sidewalk there out to the road. All right, and then we will have a driveway coming out of Walmart. So that'll be the road coming out on that side. And let me define the parking lot. I want to get at least one cell point in and working. So we can test stuff as we go. So you'll go back that way. I'm going to put up a fence here so there's pretty much one way in Walmart and one way out of Walmart. Now there's going to be side parking. So let's get... So we'll have side parking here, and I'm going to leave some grass. So there's a little bit of grass between the parking lot and the sidewalk. And then we'll have another entrance going into Walmart, like here. So one parking lot coming in there, and then we'll have the driveway coming in. Ooh, wrong one. We'll have driveway coming in here. Alright, and then the rest of that will be grass. So let me zoom out here a little bit. I want to underpaint this so when we do our map, this is all underpainted with gray and not green. So we'll have a little bit coming out the back. Yeah, like so. So all of that underneath will be gray. And then let's define the rest of this parking lot. So this will go straight up along here and back out to the front. Yeah, and then all of this will get filled in. Alright, so that is going to be our Walmart defined area. So I do want to fence this off a little bit to force you in and out one direction. So let me create another transform group. I'm going to go edit, cut, Walmart, edit, paste. I'm going to close. This one, we're going to go to that one. We're going to call it fencing. Now, how do I want to fence Walmart in? What do I want to use? I don't want it to be too distinctive. I want it to be, let's just grab one of these guys, just to make a barrier. Let me duplicate that. And then we'll come up here and we'll go edit, cut, and paste. Yeah, you'll work. So now we come over here and we'll go edit. And I want to go, my grass is pretty tall. I'm going to make this a little bit taller. And we're going to go a little bit longer. And it has a rigid body, so it has a collision. So this will define our fence. Let me go down on my speed now because I don't need to be as fast. I'm going to get this fenced in. We're going to get it landscaped. I'm going to throw the trigger in so we can get this working. Actually, I got to go do something real quick. Let me just get one or two more sections of fence in. And yeah, I know what we're going to do. Let me save this. I'm going to throw y'all and be right back. I need to go check on, I got to get my wash out of my clothes out of the washer into the dryer so somebody else can use the washer. I'll be right back. Alright, let's get you back off of Be Right Back. Alright, so let's get one more entrance here. So let me go back to our concrete. We'll come straight out here with one more entrance. Coming in that way. So that'll work going that way. Now let's get you turned this way. And we'll get our fence going that way. Now we're gonna have a ton of parked cars to put in this parking lot. I'm going to switch sides so I can see. That should be good. Let's stretch this guy out a little bit. And then stretch this guy out a little bit. There we go. So that's going to close that parking lot in. Now, before I go any further, I want to make sure that those signs aren't going to interfere with the road, so I don't have to slide that whole thing back. So I'm going to just do another quick save. I'm going to jump in game real quick and see how it feels in game before we landscape it and put all the parked cars in. I'm not worried about pedestrian splines until we get the rest of the city built up here. But I wanted to get at least Walmart in today and functioning. So let's delete save game 8. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. And is my stream frozen? I think my stream is frozen. Let me reset my stream on my phone. Nope, I think I'm good. It's just lagging behind. Yep, we are good. Alright, so let's come here, get rid of the map. Let me let me lease a truck. And let's see if those sides are going to be too close to the road. Oh, I'm not going to have room to put trees in. I'm going to slide that back a little bit, I think. Oh, maybe not. I got room for trees. Are you going to be too close to the road? No, you're going to be fine. There's plenty of room to drive you in a truck through here. Alright, so that should be fine. So let me grab, what do I have that's my tallest vehicle? Just to see what it looks like. Let's grab the cement truck. And we'll see what it looks like going near those signs. I think they're back far enough off the road. So I hate landscaping it and decorating it and get all the trees and stuff in if it's not positioned right. Oh yeah, there's going to be plenty of room with these signs. Alright, no worries there. It's hard to tell in the editor how big they are. Alright, let's come in here and let's knock this Walmart out. Calderson93 still here, doing well today. Thanks for asking. You are more than welcome. I appreciate y'all stopping in. Alright, so Walmart is exactly where I want it. So now let's work on, let's get it landscaped, because eventually the plan is to have, we're going to bring commercial all the way out to this road. And then I'm going to actually take, and I'm going to put in, we're going to have another row of businesses backed up to the vehicle shop facing out. So eventually we'll have another road running across here. And then that'll be like one city block going here. So there'll be a road across here. And then I'm thinking eventually we'll have another road, as soon as you come off the bridge, I'll have another road coming across here. So that'll be another city block. And then I'm going to do the same thing around Walmart. I'm going to bring in a road, probably that runs along here. It's going to curve and it's going to come out. So Walmart will be its own city block. And then we'll have some more commercial or something right in that area as well. So eventually we'll have, so up here, eventually on the top of the mountain, we'll have a couple, 3 or 4 city blocks with businesses. And then the same thing here, between this road and the train tracks, I'll put a row of commercial down there. I'll probably put a little bit of commercial here, leave room to get into Central Station, and then maybe run commercial down to the bridge. I'm not sure yet. But that is the tentative plan for Walmart. So now let's get, so let's go back to grass, stage 4, and then let's get some grass along the sidewalk and the road. I don't mind it being on the road a little bit. Let's knock that back a hair. Alright, that'll work. And then come down to here. So I'm not sure what's going to be on the list to work on tomorrow until I get stuff imported into the map tomorrow morning. And then once I get stuff imported into the map tomorrow morning, we'll figure out what we're going to work on. Probably the boathouse and the seaweed pond. I'd like to get those knocked out. So that's probably what we're going to work on tomorrow. Hopefully, I don't know if I have any errands to run yet or not tomorrow. It depends on what my sister has planned. So I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring yet. Alright, so let's take our cobblestone. Am I still on cobblestone? I don't know if I'm on concrete. Let's go back to cobblestone. So I got to extend this sidewalk. Now we're going to have to continue it down on this side. And eventually we'll get some pedestrians walking. So that eventually will go back that way somewhere. But I'm not too concerned with the landscaping on this side of the building until we get whatever businesses we're going to put behind it. I'm more concerned with getting the landscaping done on the front side. So let's get our grass along here. And yeah, that looks good. That might be a little bit too far on the sidewalk. Yeah, let me back some of that out. That'll work. Why don't you like right along there? So now I'm too far on the concrete. I hate grass. This is the worst thing to do in map building, is the grass. How you look there. Oh, that looks fine. Alright, so that part's done. Let's get this part defined. Yeah, because I don't have any, other than once we get Walmart done, I don't have anything new imported in the map to work on. Oh, come on. Get this defined right. Some of the arrows too low. Do I have to pull this? Oh, because of the concrete has some texture to it. I may have to pull Walmart up off the ground just a hair. Now my light poles are floating. So Walmart has to come down into the ground a little bit more, I think. Let me try something. I think my light poles are all floating. They are. So if we go 205.9, 87, right there, my light poles are touching the ground, but all my parking stripes disappear. So why are my light poles floating? So if I go back to 205.8, where do my parking lines come back in? 9, no, back to 206. For some reason my light poles are floating. That'll be a project for another day to bring every one of them back down to the ground. I'm gonna have to go into the islands map to see if they may be even floating in the other map. I may not even have noticed that. We'll go into the islands map and see if the light poles are floating. Yeah, knowing me, they're probably floating in the other map. Alright, so let's get our grass defined here. Back. Alright, that works. So that's that part done, and let's get our grass between the sidewalk and the road done. Click off of Walmart so it's not green so I can see. Time is 3:30. Probably about another, I still have about another hour and a half. So what if we got Walmart done, we get the triggers in and get it working and get the XML work done. I'm not going to work on any new buildings today, but maybe we'll get a couple more fields cut in down near field 1 just to kill some time today, and then we'll get a couple more factories and stuff in tomorrow. So I need a break from XML work. So it takes us to there. And how do you look on this end? Right about there. And now let's get our grass between. Oh, come on. Let's get our grass between the building and the road. Or the sidewalk, I should say. Too far. There we go. Yeah, I don't like working on any one part of the map. I like jumping all over the place. And eventually it all gets done. Alright, so that is that part done. And I'm not going to be too concerned with this side until I figure out what I want to do with a road running. I don't know if I want to put maybe an alley in and around, and then maybe put one more commercial building or something here. Not sure yet. So I'm going to leave that side unlandscaped for now. I'm just going to worry about the front. So let's bring over what transform group are you in? You are in the vehicle shop transform group. Alright, so that's not going to work. So let's close gyms. Let's come down to Walmart and let's go create transform group. So let's grab this transform group and we'll go edit, cut, Walmart, paste, and we'll call it trees. And then we'll take, I think that's a maple. So we'll take a maple duplicate that, and we'll come back up here. We'll go edit, cut, Walmart trees, and paste. And then we'll come over here, and we'll go edit. Yeah, so that's going to be too big for this area between the sidewalk and no, but what I can do, I want to use this tree. Let's go 0.9, 0.9, 0.9. We'll make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, that'll be fine. So now let's get a couple of these guys spaced out in front of Walmart. Yeah, that'll work. And let's grab, I can put one of the bigger trees in. So let's come down here, let's grab one of the volume trees. Let me duplicate that. And then we'll go edit, cut, and paste. And we'll throw one of the bigger trees here. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll grab that's I'm liking that so far. Let's grab a birch stage 5. And let's come up here. We'll go edit, cut. We'll throw it in there here. And then we'll get a couple of birch trees mixed in. So I'll put one there. Let's get another one here. And I'll throw one more back here. That's fine, something like that. So that'll be our trees for the front. I'm not worried about pedestrians today. Now we're going to have a crap ton of parked cars to put in. So we'll come up here to splines, traffic system, parked cars. I'm going to do, before I put all the parked cars, I'm going to do a quick save. Alright, so that's good. So let me grab a parked car, let me duplicate one, and we'll throw one right here. Blue has to be facing in. Blue's the front of the car. You can't see these, so you just put them in and hope for the best. And then go back in and adjust them as you need them. They have to be almost to the end of the parking spot, or they stick it across the front too far. So let's grab a couple parked cars for here. And let's back this guy in. So I'll spin him around. And then we'll throw another one in here facing out. So that's going to be that row. So duplicate him, and then we'll get this next row set up. So we'll spin him that way. And now these parking spots are shorter than my other ones, so I put these guys almost out to the very, very end. Like so. And then we'll get a couple in this row. And before I go any further, I'm going to see how they look in game. I don't want to have to come in here and move 100 parked cars if they're not going to be lined up properly. So I'm going to get this row in. I want to get one more row in, and then I'm going to see how they look. So let's turn you this way, and let's put you like here. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to push them forward or pull them back a little bit, but I just want to get one or two in to see how the angle looks. And if you've ever been to Walmart, there's more cars parked up front. So I put a lot more cars up front, and when we get towards the end of the lot, I put a lot less cars in. So again, I'm going to do a quick save. I'm going to see what these look like in game, and then we'll come and put the rest of the we'll get the rest of the parked cars put in. So I did that once. I put like 100 parked cars in, and they were all too far in. So all of the front of the cars were like up and over the sidewalk. And then it took me an hour, 2 hours to fix them all. Alright, so let's take a quick peek at Walmart before we go any further. And then I forgot to put cars. We had to go put a few cars over at the fish processing plant because I forgot to put some parked cars in that factory. So I'm just going to lease a truck real quick. And then we'll head down here and see what these cars look like. And then the sidewalk may be a little bit too wide. I won't know if I'm going to need to narrow it up until I get my pedestrian splines in. But that's an easy fix. Alright, so how do you look? You guys look pretty good. I could probably push these in a little bit more. Now I'm going to leave them. And then how do my slanted ones look? Alright, so these guys have to go in further. So definitely in further on these guys. So that row's got to go in a little bit. And then my slanted ones, yeah, they have to go in a little bit further as well. Alright. I wish you could see the cars in the editor, but you can't. Alright, so you have to come in. And then this row has to come in a little bit. So you've got to come up. Alright, so they should be good now. And then we'll continue a couple rows on the slanted section. My cars are parked too well to be actually a Walmart parking spot. They should all be in too far and out too far and blocking the aisle and parked in the handicap spots. And I'm going to get one more in this row closer to the end. Alright, so that should be that row done. So let's grab this first guy. Let's duplicate him. And then he's got to be faced in, so he's got to go that way. So let's get this row started. And then once we get away from the building, I'll start spreading them around a little bit. I want to get some carts and stuff in here as well. They do have some shopping carts, and i3D for shopping carts we can bring in. Alright, so now we spin them this way. And then we go this row, but we'll skip over one. So about here, we'll work this row coming back. So the further away we get from the front doors, the less cars I'm going to put in. So you should be good on that row. So let's spin you this way again. Now let's work on this row. Yeah, let's do that. Let's grab, so where are you? You're there, and then you're here. Let's go this way. And I think in a little bit. Throw one here. And trust me, nobody backs into their parking spot at Walmart. I'll throw one there. Now flip him back around. Now we'll bring him out this way. We'll go here and work our way back. So throw one here. I'm wondering if I should go back in game and check these. Alright, let's just hope for the best. We can always move them back in if we have to, if they're out too far. So let's go next row. So let's bring you up to about here. Get some in coming back. skip one, and then we'll throw one down here on the end. Now, next row, so bring this guy back about there, I think. I'll bring these guys up. Like so. We're getting further away from the door, so I'm going to start spacing these out a little bit further. So now we spin you back this way. And we'll come around to this side. And we'll start you over here on the end. Because again, they're going to be closer to the front of the store. And then the further away we get, there'll be less and less cars. Something like that. So, next row. So bring you back. And let's go here. Alright, that will come, spin him around again. Bring him across. Come over this way. And we'll bring him back about there. So we'll start one up here. And we'll come back. Like so. And then let's turn you so you're facing forward. We'll bring you over this way. And down over this way. So again, we're closer to the other buildings. So I'll put a few in here. And we'll fill most of this front spot up. And then down on this side, we'll start spacing them out a little bit. And then there's always that one guy that takes up 2 parking spots. So no one scratches his car. But I want to get 1 or 2 just on this side of the lot as well. So let's bring some over. Just a few over here on this side. I don't want to put too many. So let's grab Always one guy in the first spot. And then I'll just want maybe one there, and then another one like so. I'm not going to put too many on this side. Alright, now let's see what that looks like in game. So we'll do another quick save. And we'll see what if the parking lot looks good, then we'll get this cell trigger in. Alright, done saving, let's jump in game. I do this about 100 times a day when I'm building a map. It's so hard to tell size and scale in the editor. So about 100 times a day I'll jump from the editor to the game. Alright, so again I'm gonna get rid of the map. I'm going to, whoa, hello there. It's Lisa Truck. And let's head back down to Wally World. Now we'll see what the parked cars look like. Yeah, I have a feeling that sidewalk looks way too wide. I have a feeling we're going to be narrowing that sidewalk up a little bit. We'll definitely get some pedestrians and people splines and stuff in here, but that's not today. And then alright, they don't look bad. Alright, I can live with this. So now let's work on a couple other things. Oh, I've got something. I'm going to have to go in. Figure out what that's flickering is once we get back into the editor. But we're going to come back here. Yeah, I got to see what that is when we get back in game. And then some point back here, we're going to have to get a cell point. And I want to get a couple of trailers over here. So let's figure out what's flickering first. I may have to go into the islands map and see what I did with the parking lot, because I think I actually buried the parking lot and put my own stripes in. I think that's what I did. Yeah, so you are what? Well, you're just an odd piece. Can I bury you? I can. Alright, so that's gone. I'll get rid of that flickering. Now there's a couple things I want to do before we get our cell point in. So let's go, let me minimize that. Let's go in here to Ritchie Valley, new building. So I want to get rid of a couple things that I already know I put in. So let me clean this up a little bit. Poultry houses in the map, I can delete that. Slaughterhouse is in the map. I can delete that. Walmart is now in the map. I can delete that. The rest of these I'm going to import into the map and then just delete all of these to clean this folder up. But I want to go to here. I want to go to species scrambles. I want to grab one of the trailers, this guy. I want the Deca trailer, so I'm going to go File, Export Selection with Files, New Buildings, Deca trailer. So let me close this. I'm going to leave that open a minute because I think I'm going to need a texture file. But let's come over here to Deca trailer. And nope, it transferred all my textures over, so I can close that. So I want Deca trailer left and Deca trailer right. So let's come in here to textures. And there should be two. Yeah, this guy. So let's open this guy. Actually, no, we're gonna rename them first. We're gonna go, instead of Deca trailer, I'm gonna go Walmart. And then my Deca trailer left, the other one, this guy, I'm going to rename this guy to Walmart. So there's my Walmart left and my Walmart right. Now somewhere in here I should have a Walmart logo already. If not, we'll be going out to Google Images to grab a Walmart logo, but I'm almost positive I have one in here somewhere. Right here. So let's take, actually what I want to, let's grab a little bit of blue first. Let's copy that over to here. So make you all blue. So I'm going to copy and paste. Alright, so you're now all blue. So let's grab this guy and copy and paste here and here. So this guy we will now save, change it to DTX1, and then this guy we will now save. Oop, hold on. We will say, oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to save, not copy. Save. So now we come back to our trailer and we rename it Walmart. There and here. And let's save that. So now when we open up our trailer, it should no longer look like Species Scrambles. It should look like Walmart. If I didn't mess up any textures. Alright, so that's going to now look like a Walmart trailer. So let's go back in here. Let's go File, Import, Deca trailer. We'll rename it Walmart trailer. And then we'll come up here to Wally World. And we'll go Edit, Cut, Walmart, and paste. And then we should be able to put a couple trailers in here now. So let's get these guys in place. throw one there, and we'll throw one here. Throw another one here. And then we'll grab this guy, and we'll come over here, and we'll spin him this way. And we'll get this guy lined back up. So, come on. So he's backed up close to the loading dock. Something like that. Alright, so that's that. Now let's get in. So if I go File, Import, Ritchie Valley, Placeables, Selling Stations, Selling Station New 2, Edit, Interactive Placement, bam. So you're going to be our cell trigger for Walmart. So let's bring you down just a little bit, like so. Now I need to go to Ritchie Valley, Placeables, Selling Stations, and there should be a Walmart already in here. There is. So I'm going to open that up. Placeables, Selling Station. I just want to make sure my pathing is correct. Placeables, Selling Stations, Selling Station New 2. Alright, so the pathing is correct. So that should be good there. So now I have to go to we have to go to our items XML, and we are going to, let's go to, I want to go to this file for a minute. I want to go to my items XML a minute. And I want to grab a selling station generic. One of these. Actually, I should have Walmart in here somewhere. So let's just grab Walmart if I can find it. Let's do this. Control find Walmart. Alright, there it is. So let's grab this line here. Bring it over to the new map. And I'm going to put it right under the train, right here. So selling station Walmart, selling station Placeables, map directory Placeable, selling station. So it's going to be map directory. No maps, just Placeable. So I can back out. Ooh, wrong one. Selling station, Placeables, selling stations, selling station Walmart. So that's fine. My pathing is correct. So now I just made my coordinates. So this guy, I need this one here. I need this guy here, and it's 0, 0, 0. So I'll take that out. So save that. We get rid of the other items from the other map. Fish processing is done. I can close that. The poultry barn is done. I can close that. So we're still working on Walmart. So that is where our selling station is going to spawn in, but I don't need it in the map. We're going to delete it out. We're going to save this. We're going to go in game, and we're going to see if the sell trigger for Walmart pops in, and it pops up on the prices menu. And then we're going to see how much product is missing and how many more products I have to add into the XML. It's 4:10. I'll probably go till the top of the hour, till 5 o'clock, and then I will get out of here for the night. So let's go back yet again in game, and we'll see what the, make sure the selling station pops in game. So I don't have to fix it before we move on. I don't know, the coffee cup's empty now. I may have to get out of here early. It's never good when the coffee cup is empty. Coffee cup has to be full from the time I crawl out of bed till the time I crawl in bed. Alright, so now we should have Walmart on the map. We do. So let's teleport there, make sure we don't get stuck inside of the building or anything. We don't. So Walmart is in. So prices. So we now have Walmart in the map, and I know it's going to be missing some products. Stuff like bales that gets sold at the barn. It's not going to have any of our mining products because we don't sell any of our mining products to Walmart. So we should have all of our like fruits and vegetables and products. None of our animal feeds because we don't sell any of that to Walmart. So we have all the stuff in from our slaughterhouse. None of our building materials should be in here. Flowers in there. Face masks, swimsuits are in there. Doggy sweaters. Alright, so now we're going to have to add some of the new products in. So we don't have Budweiser or Bud Light in there. So I'm going to minimize this. Let's come back in here to Walmart. We have to add Bud and Bud Light. So I'm going to copy these down to here. So let's go Bud and then Bud Light, and let's save this from now. We're not going to see them in game now, but we will see them once we reload the game. So Bud and Bud Light are now in. What are we missing? We're missing cheese. Cheese and veggie oil. Your veggie oil? Yes, your veggie oil. So let me again, I'm going to just minimize this. So let's go cheese and veggie oil. So they'll be in game next time we spawn in. So what else do we have? None of our pizzas are in here. So let's get our pizzas in. So we're missing those. So back to the XML. And this time I need 3 because there's 3 types of pizzas. And what are my 3 types of pizzas? So let's go to our fill type XML. And let's go to pizza. and we have meat pizza, veggie pizza, and supreme pizza. So Walmart, we have meat pizza, we have veggie pizza, and we have supreme pizza. Alright, so those pizzas now in. Let's go back here and see what else we're missing. Crab and lobster we're going to use in a different factory, so we're not going to sell them here. Washed potatoes we don't, because you're going to steam them first. We're not going to sell washed potatoes. You are salmon, so you're going to get made into another product. No, smoked salmon. We need smoked salmon and Peking duck, so those are missing. So 2 more. So let's get these guys in here. So that's going to sell smoked salmon, and we have to sell Peking duck. So I want Walmart to be pretty much almost everything on the map. So those are now in. It's not going to sell product from Nick's like the hemp and that kind of stuff. Rowboats and surfboards we're not going to sell to Walmart. So what are we missing? We're missing the beers and the wines. So I guess we could add those to Walmart, because Walmart in some states does sell liquor. So let's get that in. So we're going to need our wines. So get back out of here. Let's go to our fill type XML, see what we have in the way of, what am I missing in the way of wine? Here we go. We have, let me start here. So we have red wine, melon wine, rice wine, rum. Are we missing the sauerkraut and the vinegar? We're not. We're missing 1, 2, 3, the 4 wines. So rum, oh wait, red wine, melon wine, rice wine, and rum. So I need 4 more. We're going to put those back into here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So red wine. Was it rice wine? Red wine, rice wine. What am I missing? Melon wine. Melon wine and rum. So melon wine. And then rum. Alright, so those should now be fixed. So those are going to take care of those. Porta-John's tires. We'll be selling that at Lowe's. Okay, so we're going to be missing our colas and our coffee. So cola and coffee. So back into here. So let's go back to our fill type XML. So we need, what's next? We are missing cola, diet cola, grape crush, orange crush. So I need 8 more fill types. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we start here. We go cola, diet cola, grape crush. We're missing orange Crush. We are missing Latte, Rich, Latte Rich, what am I missing? Latte, Espresso, and Black Ice. So Espresso and Black Ice. Is it all lowercase? How is Black Ice? Nope, capital I. Ice. There we go. So those are now in Walmart. So what else are we missing from Walmart? Saddles, boots, mittens. Saddles, boots, and mittens. So I need 3 more. Is it saddle or saddles? I think it's saddle singular. Yep, saddle singular, boots plural, and mittens plural. So saddle, boots, and mittens. My Walmart sells wine but not hard liquor. Yeah, but the problem is I want Walmart to be the only accessible sell point until you build the rest of them. So unfortunately, I have to put almost every fill type in Walmart until you can build the rest of your sell points. So I think we're good. I think that's everything that Walmart's missing. So let's get out of game. I want to make sure that, again, I just want to go back to the log, make sure there's no errors in the log. So far the map is completely error-free. So Walmart, we're going to let go. I don't need any of paint.net open anymore. I am going to not work on anything else that requires XML work today. So let's go do something completely mindless, which is another project that I've got. This is another pain in the butt project that's really boring, but it's got to get done. So let's start over here. So the other thing I have to do is, we're on grass. Let's make sure we're on subtract. We are. So let's get rid of, let me go to round. I'm just going to mess around a little bit before I get out of here for the night. And what I want to do is I want to smooth out the land going into the water, and I want to get our Cliff Rock dark. I just want to get our water lined. So just something mindless to work on the rest of the night, because I can't handle any more XML work today. So this has to be done anyway. So once I get the water done all the way around, we're gonna have to underpaint the water. But let's work on the edge a little bit before I get out of here for the night. And I'll just erase the extra grass as we go. So we're gonna have to go in and erase all the grass from underneath the water. But this is something that has to get done, because I want to get the rest of the, once we get the rest of the global company buildings in, then we can really start cranking out fields and forests. But we've got to get this done first. I got some of it done. I just need to go the rest of the way round. And eventually, I think I want to try and get at least one more waterfall in the map. So we got 2 waterfalls in the map now. I definitely want to try and get a third one in. And we have a bunch of decorative boat splines to put in. And we have this extra grass to erase. There's a ton of grass in the water. But this is what I usually work on, this boring stuff at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep. I'll go in and I'll work on all this mindless stuff. See, now we got more bushes and stuff to erase. So let's get this flattened out, or smoothed it out I should say, a little bit. And I see more grass, I'm just going to erase the grass. Yeah, I'm going to lower the prices at Walmart also. So that Walmart's going to be your starting sell point, but the prices are going to be relatively cheap. And then if you want to sell your goods for a higher price, you're going to have to build a more expensive sell point. So for instance, we'll put in like McDonald's, and if you want to sell, your ground beef and your French fries, Walmart's going to be your cheaper price. Your McDonald's will be your better price, but McDonald's won't be built, so you're going to have to build it. So if you're going to want to sell your product for a better price, you're going to have to build the sell point that sells it for a better price. So that's going to be the plan. And what I'll do tomorrow morning when I get up, I'll import everything into the map for, let me grab my notebook real quick. So slaughterhouse is done, poultry house is done. I'll import everything in for the smokehouse, the seaweed pond, and the boathouse. And then those are the last 3 factories that are getting built into the map. Everything else will be place your own. So we'll probably get those last 3 global company factories in tomorrow. Like I said, I don't know if I have to run any errands yet tomorrow or not. Won't know that until the morning. And again, this color is just rough, and we'll fix it when we come back in to actually paint the grass in on top of it. erase more grass. But this had to get done anyway. It's been a project I've been putting off. That part's done. Let's come over here. Alright, this needs a little bit of work. So let me smooth this part first. And then how is our mountain looking? Alright, that's not bad. I can live with that. Let's just get our mountain color on. And then on this side, just get the rest of our, yeah, that'll work. But this has to get done before we can put the rest of the fields and stuff in along the water anyway. Oh, caught up on chat. I'm good. And like I said, if you can catch me earlier, I am caught up on factories, so I'm about 5 or 6 factories ahead, so I don't even have to work on factories till like Monday. And then Monday we'll knock out a couple more factories and then we'll come back to working on the map. So I'm good to work on the map right through the weekend. I don't know if I can stream on the weekend because I don't know if the family's going to be home or if they have plans. But when everybody's home, I just can't stream. Alright, this edge is way too jaggedy, so let me go to, before we go any further, let me go to replace and go to 80, not 90. So let's smooth this end out a little bit. Alright, that'll work. So now we've got a bunch of grass in here. Yeah, so let's get rid of the, we go back to subtract. Get rid of this grass. So I'll get rid of the grass along here. And then smooth you out. Hey, we're almost back to where we started. So inside the canal will be done. We just got the outside the canal to do. Smooth this back out. And then, alright, this corner's a mess. So let's go back to replace. Let's round this corner off a little bit more. That'll work. Now we'll erase the ground, back to subtract. I'll get rid of the grass. And we'll come around here. Now it should be the inside of the canal now done. And it is. So before we go any further, let me do another save. and then we'll work the outside the canal, and we'll work on if I got a little bit of time, I got about another half an hour, we'll make the water invisible, and we'll see about getting all the grass removed and the water underpainted. Alright, let's work on the outside of the canal. Let's just start over here by this little entrance coming in. We'll work our way around back to that entrance. I said most of this should be done on the outside. So I was working on it a little bit the other night, but I didn't finish it all the way around. So we should be good all the way down to the poultry house. I mean, not the poultry house, the fish processing. This should all be done to this other entrance. Yeah, so that whole site is done. All the way around to that waterfall. So that's done. Now this side, we're about halfway around. That's not too bad. Let's finish up this side. And what do I want to do here? Let's take it, let's go back to replace. And then let's bring this back a little bit more. Alright, that'll work. I'll give it a quick smooth. Yeah, that'll work. And now let's bring our rock texture around, and then yeah, let's get rid of, smooth this corner out a little bit. Alright, that works. And I went too far, we're going to get our paint texture in. Yeah, once we get to the point where we're only working on like fields and forest, it's going to start going a lot quicker. I'm not sure if I'm going to put any more water fields in yet, besides the two. I haven't decided yet. Oh, alright, let's go, we got a bunch of grass on this side, yeah. So let's go back to subtract. Let's get rid of the grass along here. And then, yeah, we're going to straighten this corner up a little bit too. So let's go back to replace. And then let's bring, oh, too far. Let's bring this corner back some. And smooth it out. Yeah, that looks better. So now we can finish this side. And go back to subtract. And we'll get rid of the grass. And we'll get rid of the grass. And smooth you out. And more grass. grass. This one. Smooth you down. I've got to be careful where I smooth along the road, so I don't go too far back. Now once we get more textures in here, it's going to, when we're in the map driving around, especially coming over the bridges, it's going to look a lot better. Ooh, a lot more grass. Let me back up a minute. So let's get that erased. And a little bit more smooth. I don't mind this being a little bit rough over here. Alright, we're getting there. Just come down to that opening, we're good. Oop, wrong one. So let's get rid of some grass. And then smooth. And paint. Smooth. It may actually be smoothed all the way out now. I think we are. Yeah. So we almost have another project done, something else off the to-do list. That'll work. So that's our water, that's the edge of our water. Now I'm going to change it up a little bit because I think, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I was thinking about putting another waterfall, pushing this mountain back a little bit, getting another waterfall somewhere in this corner, coming down under the road and then out. So this corner may change a little bit. Alright, so let's grab our water. Let's turn it invisible. And then we got to come down. Let's come all the way down to the end. Alright, now let's grab our paint texture. Yeah, this is going to be a 3 a.m. I can't sleep project. It's going to take me a couple hours to get all the water underpainted and all the grass removed. So you can't see the grass until you zoom way down in it at level, and that's the only time you can see the grass. But it's one of those projects that just has to get done. So I got to do this close to the ground, unfortunately. I got to be zoomed in order to see the grass. Because when we make the map, if I don't underpaint this, it all shows up as green when we make the map. So if I got to underpaint it and be done with it. So we don't want this showing up green on the map. Because it's harder to fix. It's easier to fix now than it is to fix it in paint.net when we're making the map. So then I got to hand paint all the water in. So I don't know how far. If y'all want to head out, I don't blame you for going. This is like the boring bits that get done. But I appreciate everybody coming in, taking time out of their day, saying hello. I'm just going to keep working on this until it's about another 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'm going to get out of here for the night. And then I'll finish this at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep. And hopefully we can have another successful day tomorrow, because I think today was very, very successful. We got the slaughterhouse in and running. Poultry house is in and running. Both of them are buildable, so that part is done. So we got the buildable part done. We got Wally World in. So can't complain there. Yeah, look at all this grass. Like I said, you can't see it till you're zoomed way in. And if I don't get rid of it now, it's all going to show up on the map. So, unfortunately, it's one of those boring bits. But a necessary evil. So, let's get rid of the grass. I don't like to paint too far ahead because I like to see where my grass is as we come up and get closer. So I don't expect to do a lot of this on camera, only if I have like 10 or 15 minutes to kill at the end of a stream. Or if I don't have anything else built into the map for us to work on, it'll be some of this boring stuff until it's done. And then let me zoom down a little bit and make sure I'm not missing any grass. Oh, no, we're good. Alright, so I can paint some of this in. And be golden. Alright. So what I actually could do is I can just come and paint it all and then take my time and go around and making sure all the grass is done, but I like to do it in one step rather than going through it twice. Zoom in, make sure there's no grass, and then paint. Oh, come on. There we go. So what I could do is just keep zooming across and then just getting rid of all the grass. It's probably a quicker way to do it. And then come back and paint. So probably just do that here for a couple minutes. Just get rid of all the grass. And then just come back and paint it. But I think I've got to remember to turn it visible before I save and close. And I'll turn the water invisible again. So I always forget, and it freaks me out when I start the game up thinking I broke the water. I hate the fact that you can't see the grass unless you're like really zoomed in. if I painted this first, it's probably even easier to see. So what I should actually do is paint this first and then come through and remove the grass. I am caught up on chat. All right. I'm surprised that I didn't lose my stream at some point today. But because the Wi-Fi has been really bad here the last couple days. And this way we don't have to worry about the grass trying to render in under the water either, so it's going to make the map run even smoother. But you won't have the grass trying to spawn into the game under the water. So now we just wiggle and jiggle back and forth. Zigzag back and forth. Oh, we got a lot more grass over here. All right. Oh, seems like this side's the worst side. Where do I want to go first? Let's go over here first. And then let's go back over this way. I think we're on top of Animal Island on what used to be the Islands map. I think this is the decoration. This looks like the landscaping and foliage from Animal Island. It's probably what I'm on top of. Looks like all the foliage from the animal pens and the old farmhouse. Get some along here. I mean, technically I could make the water a little bit smaller, but I want to get some decorative boats in here along with the fishing boat. Oh yeah, we got a lot of grass over on this side. Not bad. Well, I'm about half the water done before I call it a night. Or at least half the grass removed from the water before I call it a night. Come on. Lost my mouse there for a minute. Alright, so get you erased. Yeah, I think I'm just going to continue to wiggle back and forth. work our way out to that corner, and then we'll come back. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of grass over here. Yeah, this is definitely off-camera work. But I do need to be out of here in about 5 more minutes. I got to get out of here. So, finish this project another day. It's not high on the priority list. It's just got to get done. Are we on? We're on subtract. Let me go back to replace a minute, and let me just get rid of that height hump a second. Where I built the waterfall. So now let's go back to subtract. Besides, I can't do a lot of this. This is the stuff that makes my mouse hand go numb. Work our way out, come back in. Oh, she's out there cooking. Dinner's starting to smell good. She must be, we're doing pulled pork sandwiches. So the pork's been cooking in the crock pot all day. We got a lot of grass up on this wall. So that's been teasing me all day. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not even going to get the rest of this grass erased before I have to get out of here. No matter how hard you try, you always miss something. But it's going to make the map run that much smoother. And anything to make the map run smoother, I will do. I thought I had most of this done, but I forgot I kept adding more water and more water. It's pretty bad through here. So that's the edge of the map right there. So you'll fall off the world right there. Alright, so that takes us out here. And as soon as I come back in here, I'm going to save and close and get out of here for the night. And we'll finish this. I'll probably do a lot of this off camera just to get it done. So I just want to come back out here to where I was so I know where I started and where I finished. I'm going to try and work my way back just to the bridge to have a stopping point. And then I will see everybody tomorrow. Hopefully y'all pop back in. I will definitely do a morning stream. If we have to run errands, it'll be after lunch. But what's tomorrow? What's today? Today's Wednesday. So we already have dinner bought for today. So we may just have to run to the store to get something to cook for dinner tomorrow. So if we run out tomorrow, it'll be a quick errand. Alright, so we're to this bridge. I'm going to call this a stopping point, and we'll work our way back to where we started. So let me do a save. Oop, did I lose my stream? I think I lost my stream. I'm buffering on my end. I don't know if I'm buffering on your end. But I do want to thank everybody for stopping in, saying hello, taking time out of their day. Yeah, I didn't lose my stream. I lost my phone. So I'm on ending soon. Thank everybody for stopping in. Hope everybody has a good night. Hopefully I'll get some stuff imported into the map. We'll work on some products tomorrow. I am going to get out of here. I wish everybody has a good night, and we'll catch you all tomorrow.